indulged in this a bit, but how does a lack of one specific area of EQ affect a person? So, like a lack of self awareness, or lack of self management, or lack of empathy. Like, how does that affect a person? What if you have 2 out of 3, and of course, social skill as well, but then like the other two, if they if they have it and the one they don't have, like how would that affect a person? Ilakkiya?
See, they're quite interlinked. If you're not aware of your own feelings, if you cannot identify how you are feeling in a given moment, are you upset at someone? Are you frustrated? Are you disappointed? Being able to distinguish the nuances of what you're feeling. If you cannot have that part of self-awareness, or if you cannot be self-aware in that regard, how are you going to manage the emotions? You can only manage what you know. So, being able to identify it, definitely, if you can't do that, you can't manage your emotions, at least what I'm thinking. And uh, I guess empathy would also kind of require self-awareness in a way, because you will need to be able to recount your experiences and what kinds of emotions you are feeling, that to then be able to try to put yourself in the shoes of the other person, then imagine, if I was going through this, how would I feel right now? How would I want someone to talk to me? That requires you to again be aware of how do you emotionally handle certain situations. Um, and you can't be empathetic towards others without having good social skills to communicate your empathy.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good answer. Yashika?
I agree with Ilakkiya, and more to add that lack of awareness and lack of self-esteem is the major drawback for any of the gender. If you suppress any of the gender, male or female, it would affect both mentally, physically, emotionally, as as they wish. It can ruin, or it can make them step up for their career or personality or etc. So it is on that individual that how they are taking them as a self-awareness test.
Okay, okay. You bring up an excellent point with self awareness. Some people they might think that they're sad, but they might be angry, and or they might think they're angry, but then they might be disappointed, and because of those reasons, they are good at self management. So they know that okay, I'm feeling this, so I'm feeling anger, and to get the anger out of my body, I have to maybe scream at a person, or like they choose something like that, or maybe they have to they might actually like do some better way of maybe journaling or something like that. But they're not self-aware, but then they are they do understand that they have to do something, but if not, they're feeling bad, and they understand the need to like do something about it, and that's very important. And then the second thing is, of course, like if you don't have self-management, if you're aware of like you're angry, then you might easily get provoked, and then of course when even when things where people say something for like not a bad not I'm saying it jokingly, but then somehow sometimes the victims sort of take offense a lot more, because like they already have like a negative self concept of themselves as a self identity, and sometimes even things other people don't mean it in a negative way, they sort of think that it probably is, and then they beat up themselves, and that would be negative self management at that area. And then of course if you don't have empathy, then you might think, hey, I'm feeling angry, and if I scream, I'll feel better, and then you don't really think about the other person, so you just like go and scream at them, but then you're not thinking about the other person. Technically your EQ, because of that in the social skill, it won't be seen as a good thing, because empathy is also a huge part of EQ, and if you don't show that, then they might, even though you are doing the right job with doing something about your anger, if you do it in the wrong way, then of course it's seen negatively as well. That's my answer to this.
Thanks for watching. For more discussions, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Also, make sure to like and comment more topics that you'd like to see us discuss. We'll see you next time.